I wanted to make a quick video about aftermarket props for the DJI FPV drone. I've seen a couple videos online with mixed results on how good they are or how bad they are. I had already ordered these. They're called Sunny Life, and I ordered them a little while back before I saw some of those other videos, but I thought I'd give it a try and see how they compare to the DJI props themselves. So stay tuned. All right, so if you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe and check out more videos about drones, especially DJI FPV, because it's a pretty interesting and fun thing to learn how to fly. These are the Sunny Life FPV props for the DJI FPV drone. Now, these come in this cool case, and that is part of why I ordered them, was because I actually like the case and I wanted to be able to put the regular DJI FPV props into this case. It is a fairly hard plastic. It's got a lid on it. These are brand new. There's 4 of them. It comes with the set of 4. I'll put a link in the description if you want to check them out. Now, I haven't tried them yet. I'm just about to do that for the first time. And then right here, we have DJI official props. This is a set of 4 as well. And I wanted to just do a quick side-by-side comparison of them. So I'm going to open them up, and looks like they have maybe a little, one of these little Ziploc bags. Yep. So pull one of these guys out. All right. So right here, this is the Sunny Life in my right hand, and this is the DJI in my left hand. They are very, very similar looking. The red on the Sunny Life is a little bit more kind of blood red, and the red on the DJI is a little bit more of a kind of purplish red. I would say the Sunny Life looks maybe a little darker on the plastic too. It's pretty hard to tell much difference. And then I would say the DJI props maybe just have a little more sharpness here on the end of the prop versus the Sunny Life, but honestly not that much. They're very, very similar looking. The connectors on the bottom are the same. Rigidity wise, they feel pretty similar. I'd say maybe the DJI actually feels a little bit more flexible than these. These feel maybe just slightly more rigid. And again, these are more of a kind of black color versus a light gray color. But what I'm going to do is actually, Chris with Sunrise Water Media is here. He's running one of the cameras. He's going to put 4 of these, one set of 4, all matched, either the DJI or the Sunny Life props onto my quad. I'm going to fly it, do a few maneuvers in the air, and then he's going to switch them out. I'm going to fly that. I'm not going to know which time I'm flying the Aftermarket and which time I'm flying the DJI. And based on the way it flies, the way it sounds, the way it feels, I'm going to see if I can tell any difference. So let's do it. As I said, Chris put on a pair of props. I don't know which one it is. I'm going to take it up for a spin and see if I can tell. All right, here we go. So it took right off. No problem. It's my first time flying in a little while, so I'm just going to take a nice easy lap around. It feels good. So 1 lap all the way around the field. It's also my first time flying standing up in a while too, so that's kind of a new, having to keep my balance. All right, let's see how it does with a little flip. Yep, there we go. That feels better. Let's try a big loop-de-loop. It's more like a backflip than a loop-de-loop. Let's try a roll. Okay, I'm a little rusty. But hey, these props feel good. Whatever's going on here, let's challenge the Red Devil. There we go, through it. And bring it by one more time and just see how it sounds as it comes through the trees here. try a little punch out with it. Here we go, get it down here near us, and here we go. Oh yeah, whoa, that made me dizzy. All right, so I feel like that's pretty good. That's a pretty good test. I'm gonna bring it over here and land it. And again, it sounds great. I don't hear any rattle. I don't hear any vibration. I don't see anything like that. So my guess is either those were the DJI props or the aftermarket props are pretty good. But let's put the other ones on and I'll be able to compare them. Chris just swapped out the props. I don't know which ones I just had, although they flew great. So I don't know if that's because they were FPV, DJI FPV, or if that's because they are just good aftermarket props. Don't know yet. But these are the secondary props, second set. Again, don't know which ones they are, but let's see how it does. Okay, just listening to it a little bit. All right, try a roll, did just fine with that. Take it way up. Out of a bit of a dive. Ooh, it says battery communication error. That's interesting. I'm gonna come in and land it because I've not seen this battery communication error message before. Switch it to normal mode. I don't know, I hear some rattle there. Definitely sounds like some rattle. Don't know if you can hear that or not, but bring it a little closer. Yeah, that sounds more rattly, but I'm curious what this battery communication error is all about. It's in the lower right, it's a red box with white text. This is battery communication error. So I think we should try changing the battery and see if we still get that. Don't tell me which props it is, but Chris, do you mind swapping the battery out? Waiting for a signal. Okay, there we go. Inconsistent battery firmware. So I just hit confirm, updating this battery firmware. Usually does this pretty quickly, 15%. Waiting for it to finish. Says the battery is at 97% power, so that's good. Okay, firmware updated. So it's the battery firmware is updated. I've got 18 satellites, 19 satellites now. Put it in manual mode. Again, I want to just listen and see if we hear that rattly noise. Oh yeah. Hear that? Let me bring it back over here and try a punch out. Okay, here goes a punch out in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's getting as much bite. Like it doesn't feel like it punches out as quickly. Now it'd be really funny if this actually was the DJI props, but I don't know. Gonna find out. So as far as just being able to do like a flip, I mean, it does that just fine. I can kind of go all over the place. It's holding itself. They're not falling off or anything, which is good. Whoa, getting a little dizzy with all that. Okay, going back into normal mode. Bring it over. Okay, so that was interesting. I just flew both sets of props, but not knowing which is which. I will say that I think the first pair felt better. The first pair had more punch out. The first pair had more, less rattle. They both flew okay, just fine, but I could feel just a little bit more acceleration with the first pair. They seemed to, even on the second pair when I was going towards the goalpost and gonna come up to go over the fence behind it, normally I don't have to give it much gas to get up over that fence. On this one I felt like I had to give it just a little more gas. So I'm gonna guess the first pair was DJI and the second pair was the Aftermarket. Chris?
Nailed it.
Yeah, okay. I think really the big thing that gave it away was the rattle. So am I gonna say these props are terrible? If I hadn't flown them back to back, I don't know that I would have even noticed the difference, honestly, except for maybe that rattling sound, because that's not something I've heard before. It wasn't a super loud rattle. It was just enough to tell you that, hey, something isn't quite as tightly machined with these things as the original was. But overall, these props, they're okay. They're cheap. They did fine with flips and rolls. They did fine with coming down and recovering from the ground quickly. And honestly, the reason I even bought them in the first place is because I think this plastic case is really cool. This thing has a lid on it. It has space for 4 props inside. So if you keep your props in a soft bag or in with a bunch of other stuff, this case is going to protect them. So honestly, I think what I'll do is probably take the Aftermarket props, put them in a Ziploc bag and set them aside in case I ever need them, and then keep this little case for my DJI props. Let me know what you think about Aftermarket props. I know different people have had different amounts of success with them, but to me, I feel like the case is cool, the props aren't that great. I would stick with the DJI props or buy a better brand than these. These are the Sunny Lifes. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Ready, Set, Drone.